Holly Langley here, covering a whole load of questions that I'm going to get from you all about LinkedIn. LinkedIn now has over 1 billion members. Quite a lot, right? So I'm going to cover how you can make sure your profile and your content and your picture and everything that you're doing on LinkedIn helps you to stand out from the crowd. So over the course of the next few minutes, we're going to be covering loads of questions. So let's dive straight into a question I've had come through. How do you make a good LinkedIn profile picture? Great question. Thank you very much for asking that. So for me, it's got to be professional. We're no longer on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. This is a professional platform. And your LinkedIn profile picture is one of the first things people will see when they see your profile, no matter if they're a recruiter searching from you, if they're seeing your post, if you're applying for a job, they will see your photo. So it's got to be professional. So what I always say is like the image you've got of me now, of my face and my top half is great. You don't need anything more than that. You could have a professional pose if you wanted, but it doesn't need to be anything overly complicated. Background like the one I've got now, smiling, is great. Alternatively, you could use Canva and you can very easily remove the background there as well. And that is what I would recommend. I wouldn't recommend you having a photo with your cat or your dog or abseiling or behind a bar or with a whole group of friends or with your sunglasses on, unless that is relevant to your job role. So make sure that your profile picture is relevant to the job that you do and showcases you as a professional person, because that is why we are on this platform. So make sure your professional profile is relevant. Next up, we've got a tagline. Now, as you can see here on my LinkedIn profile, I have got a tagline. And in my case, it says helping recruitment agencies succeed through tech stack optimization. So one of the questions I get asked is that important? Should I have a tagline? Yeah, you should get this. So what I would always say in this scenario is come up with a tagline that solves your target audience's problems. So let's say you offer services. So you could say, let's say you're a plumber. That's the best example I've got on your LinkedIn. So making offices the right temperature in the summer and the winter. Something like that. This could be your company slogan. If you're a job seeker, you might want to say something like delivering front-end development services to businesses. Nothing complicated, but that says exactly what you do. Again, if you're the plumber, delivering plumbing services to individuals and businesses. It doesn't need to be anything more complicated than that, but it is showing people the fact that you have got a good understanding and is showcasing what you do. So making sure you include those LinkedIn taglines is a really good place to start and helps your community and your network on LinkedIn understand exactly what you do and how you do this. The same thing goes for the header. So you can see here this lovely yellow box. Mine says helping recruitment agencies succeed through tech stack optimization. That is what I do when I'm not making YouTube videos. That is what I do. And you could do exactly the same thing there. You could put your tagline and put it in an image. Alternatively, you could put any image there you want, and anything is better than nothing. So if you work in an office, you could just have a keyboard, some glasses, a calculator, a plant, maybe like a desk setup, use that. If you wash cars for a living or you're a car dealer, put your best, shiniest supercar in there so people can see what you're doing. It's a really good way of giving eye-catching results and just helping people understand what you do. I'm just going to quickly find a really good example for you of one that I love. So here is Source Whale. This is a industry supplier. So they've got a picture of a whale because it supports their name, and they've just got a little tagline there. explaining what they do. So it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. You can get this really easily created on Canva, and it's a really good way of optimizing your profile. So if you've joined the live stream already, drop me any questions you may have about LinkedIn in the chat. I would love to get those answered. Anything profile pictures to what you should post, to verifications, to what is the benefits of being on the platform, drop those in the comments and I'll get those answered over the course of the live stream. So one question that I get asked quite a lot actually, is I'm a student, should I be on LinkedIn? And I think that's a really interesting question actually. Like at the moment, you may not yet be in the professional workplace. You may not have a job right now. You may not be looking for a job, but someday you're going to be. That could be tomorrow, that could be in 2 years, that could be, you may set up your own company and in 5 years, you then need to find new people. But for me, LinkedIn is about building yourself an ecosystem of professional people in the same space as you. So at the moment, as I mentioned, I work in the recruitment industry. So I use my network to create and build a bigger network of people in the same industry, and specifically people who do very similar jobs to me. So because I know that one day if I move on from my role or my company and I need another job, those people will be likely to hire roles that I have out there and available for the work that I need to do, and they will help me find that job. So if you're not in work or you're a student and you're not sure if LinkedIn is for you, I highly recommend giving it a go and connecting with people in your space. Let's say, for example, you're doing ecology at university or psychology. Go and follow psychologists and ecologists. Build out your profile. So firstly, when you go onto LinkedIn, you're going to be seeing loads of amazing content and advice from those specialists in your field that is then going to help you with your studies and your understanding of that industry. And when the time comes to it, they should be posting jobs that are relevant to you. So I highly recommend, no matter who you are, no matter what stage of your career, get on LinkedIn and you're going to be able to surround yourself with the top individuals in your space that is really going to help benefit you and your future career and the stuff that you do. So if you're not sure, give it a go. But I highly recommend go on there and connect with those like-minded individuals, and it will really benefit you in the long run. So another question that we've got, thank you very much for sending this in, is when I connect with people, what should I do? So here, I love this question. So there's no right or wrong answer to this, and I'm going to share what I do. So at the moment, I'm not looking for work, nor am I looking to make sales necessarily on LinkedIn, nor am I looking to find people that to come and work for me, because that's not how my business is operating right now. So when I'm adding people, I just am adding them because I want them to be in my network. So I very simply just send through a connection request and I follow them. So I normally follow them first and then straight after send a connection request. And that way, when the connection request comes through, it says Holly Langley is following you and wants to connect with you. That is my best piece of advice. If you message people and say, personally, I get a lot of people connecting with me. Sometimes their messages are just a bit random and say, hi, I'd love to connect with you because blah, 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 blah. Like, I personally will connect with anybody. I'm very easygoing like that. So I personally don't think a message is needed. So for my best piece of advice is just go on, connect. If they want to connect with you, they will. If they don't want to connect with you, they won't. Now, if there is somebody, for example, you've been recommended to connect to that person by a mutual connection, then it may then be worthwhile saying, hi, Susan, Jack asked me to drop you a connection request as we should talk about all things pharmaceuticals, for example. That might be relevant. But in my past experience, just go and connect with people. You don't need to send a message. Then obviously, once they've then connected with you, you could then message them and build up that conversation. But when you're first starting out, you're first connecting with them, I honestly don't think that a message is needed. But obviously, personal preference. If you have any really great success stories of sending messages to connection requests, let me know. I would love to hear it. But my personal point are, I don't think it's quite necessary at the moment. I hope that answers your question. Another question we have got through is about content. What sort of content should I post? Wow, we're getting through some great questions today. Thank you so much. So for me, there's 3 types of LinkedIn content that you should be posting on a regular basis. Not every day. And actually, I've been doing a video at the moment that I'll be sharing with you in the next couple of weeks. I've been posting on LinkedIn every single day. And I can't wait to share the results of that with you. So keep an eye out. So the 3 types of content you should post. 1, valuable content. By this, I obviously mean something that's going to bring value to your industry. I work in the recruitment industry, specifically in recruitment technology. So a lot of my content, feel free to go and check it out, is sharing advice to people on their recruitment technology. So I'm going to quickly share some examples with you here, if that is okay. So here we go. So this is about, I've done a poll here about the recruitment industry, but here is a great example. So we had a big recruitment conference last week, and I have shared with my network some tips if they want to buy technology. Here's another one. So some examples of what to say to your account managers and the key talking points. So that is free advice that I have shared with my network, so they know that I know what I'm talking about. So valuable content, I do that a lot. That is the main source of my content on LinkedIn, valuable content. That really helps. The more you can share that's valuable and find your voice, that is going to be a massive, massive impact. The second bit of content that you should be sharing is what I call credible content. Now, this is you proving what you can do. Now, for me and most people, this would be a testimonial. So if someone has shared something, a lovely piece of information or advice or support, or they've thanked you for what you've done, share it. Make that testimonial, make that feedback into some high quality content. This can really easily be done on Canva. I've got an example for you again here. Bear with me. I went onto Canva, and as you can see, I've quickly put my testimonials into a document. I then used the PDF slider function to make that work. That is showing people that I do my job and I know what I'm doing. So we've now got valuable content. We're talking about what we're doing. We've got credible content that is helping people understand what we're doing. And then we have got personal content as well, which for me is a game changer. So here I have done a little personal post here. So this week I said I've been set myself the challenge about posting on LinkedIn every day for a month. I'm 3 weeks in, and I talk about that briefly. So they're the 3 parts of LinkedIn content you should be sharing. So to recap, that is valuable content, showing what you do. Credible content, showing that you're good at what you do in the way of testimonials. And then lastly, the third thing is something personal. You can be sharing stories about what you get up to outside of work and how that inspires you. Remember, LinkedIn is a professional platform. Just having a post saying, here I am, I'm eating some coffee and cake. Yay, it's Sunday. People may not love that. It may not be relevant. So try to build it back in to something professional where you can. For example, I was drinking a cup of coffee and I've now planned my time for the week. Can't wait to smash the week ahead. It's going to be a great week. Something like that. Linking it back into what you do is the way that we can make personal, valuable and credible content work for you. And doing all of this posting really helps you become the go-to person in your space. So if you're not posting already, give that a go. Personal, valuable, credible content. It hasn't got to be lengthy. It's not got to be perfect. Go and see what other people are commenting and posting, and repurpose that so it works for you. But that is the 3 types of content that you can be sharing. If you're not sure, start sharing other people's content, then add comments in to build up your confidence. As for the frequency of these posts, yeah, it's anyone's guess at the moment. For the last 6 weeks, I've been posting every single day, Saturdays and Sundays and bank holidays. And oh my gosh, it's been hard. It's been really hard. I thought it would be easy, but I really struggled for what to do at the weekends because it's a Saturday. Nobody wants to see something from me on a Saturday about giving advice, or they don't really want to see me selling what I'm doing. So what I've kind of been doing is Saturday and Sunday has been like personal content. So today I was out on a walk yesterday, and I just saw this. How cute is this? Please do not tread on me. I'm trying to grow. I know, I love that. So I just made a little post out about that. And then yesterday I just said something motivational. So it's just been mixing it up a bit. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I have been filming a long form video at the moment. It's going to go up in a couple of weeks' time, telling everybody about what I've seen from posting every day, and I can't wait to share that with you. Lots of very interesting results, very mixed results, but watch this space. That'll be live next week, so I'll share that with you when that is ready. I'll drop a link in the comments of this video as well to watch that. So yeah, content is really important. LinkedIn has over 1 billion members. I know, that's a lot, right? So it's really hard to stand out, but I think trying to post consistently can really help us stand out from the crowd and get your content in front of those target audience, which is what we need. For those of you who are here, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I will get those answered over the course of the live stream. And thank you so much for joining me. Going forward, I'm going to be hosting these every Monday, starting from a week tomorrow at 8 p.m. So if you have any questions, just keep them coming through and I will love to get those answered for you and be your go-to LinkedIn expert. I've been using LinkedIn for around 7 years. Currently, it's how I win all of my business, and I now educate people on YouTube how to expand and really grow their LinkedIn profiles and their reach to get more business, to get better jobs, and to get better people in their network that can help them as well. I love all things LinkedIn. I'm actually going to do a quick poll in the chat. So bear with me while I do this. Do you pay to use LinkedIn? So on LinkedIn, you have a couple of premium options. You have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you have LinkedIn Recruiter, you have LinkedIn Recruiter Lite. There's loads of different options. Do you pay to use LinkedIn? I would love to know. I have done in the past and I'm thinking of doing it again, but I would love to know, do you pay to use it or do you use the free version? I've seen in recent weeks, very annoyingly, some of the sort of the free features in regards to searching and stuff for candidates or clients or whoever being restricted massively by LinkedIn, which has been really frustrating. So I think they're pushing some users to using LinkedIn Sales Navigator more, or the premium option. So I'd love to know, drop me a vote. Do you pay to use LinkedIn? Great question. I can't wait to find out. So some of the other questions that we've had through is around becoming a LinkedIn top voice. Now, I became a LinkedIn top voice about 8 months ago now, and I was very lucky. I was one of the first people to get the badge. I then made a YouTube video about how to do it, and lots of people have followed trends as well, which is brilliant. I'm just working towards my second badge as well. So to get your LinkedIn Top Voice badge, you need to comment on LinkedIn collaborative articles. So I'm just going to quickly show with you, here's all the different articles you can get your Top Voice badge in. So using this URL here, which is linkedin.com/topics, there's a whole A to Z of different topics you can get your Top Voice badge in. There's literally hundreds. And then when you get your badge, at the top of your LinkedIn profile, it's going to say it there. This shows that I'm a LinkedIn top voice in sales operations, which is really exciting. So to get your badge, you need to comment and collaborate on the top voice articles. So LinkedIn has used these AI, basically, to film articles, and they'll now need experts like you to go in. So if we have a look here, this is under academic advising. Here is the article. Now, LinkedIn wants people to come in like we have here and add their perspective. So it says here, contribute to 3 or more articles in this skill to earn your top voice badge. And at the top of this article, it tells you how you're getting on. So keep doing that. If we look at the recruiting badge, which is what I am very nearly on, bear with me while I go and find the right URL. So if we quickly go through to the recruiting badge, which is here, I've been trying really hard to get my badge, and I'm top 6%. And I need to get in the top 5% to get my badge. So I'm working really hard at the moment to get my LinkedIn top voice badge in recruiting. So all you need to do is find the article, get your badge, comment and collaborate on those articles, and your LinkedIn top voice badge will soon appear. But in regards to choosing your niche, choose the niche that is most relevant to what you do. If you're a front-end developer, get your badge in development. If you're a chef, get your badge in cooking or customer satisfaction or something like that. If you're a photographer, get yours in photography or marketing or photography marketing or whatever the options are. Find the most specific badge that is relevant to your niche, because that is where people are going to see the most value. I get a lot of comments saying, loads of people have got their badge. Is it meaningless? No. So many people still don't have this. I know thousands of experts in their field who don't have their badge yet. So it is worth doing. Persevere, keep going with it, and it will add value. And for me, if you're going for a job or if someone wants to choose your services to do something and there's 10 candidates, yours might stand out just that little bit more, because you've got that badge at the top of your profile. Give it a go. I think it's worth it. It has won me lots of business. It has really helped me become a go-to person in my space off the back of getting the badge. So I highly recommend it. It's not going to come overnight. For me, you have got to spend, what I personally did is 3 comments every day for around 3 weeks, and my LinkedIn top voice badge appeared. And I've done exactly the same for recruiting. So go ahead, start commenting on those LinkedIn articles that LinkedIn have made, and your badge will soon arrive. It will be well worth it. I also got invited to a LinkedIn cocktail party as well. Sadly, I couldn't go as I'm in the UK and they're over in America, but I'm hoping that there's going to be lots more exciting events and activities and rewards on LinkedIn for those who put the time and effort in to get their badge. So fingers crossed, it is well worth doing. Get that badge in your niche and you're going to stand out, which will be great. Verifications. Now, I posted a video a few weeks ago about getting your LinkedIn profile verified. And again, I will just show you how that looks. So if we just come over to the profile here, you can see I've got a tick. Holly has verifications. Yay, go me. And it says verify persona using government ID. So this is another thing LinkedIn's doing to showcase people are legit, basically, and they're real. This isn't available in all countries. I've had loads of questions from people saying, help, how do I do this? It doesn't work. If you've got a problem verifying your profile, message LinkedIn support and they'll be able to help you. But what you basically need to do is press the verify button, upload photos of your passport. It's really secure, and it's going to help them show who you are, and it will just, again, get an extra tick on your profile that will stand out. So if you have a few minutes, I would highly recommend getting verified on LinkedIn as well. It wouldn't surprise me if in a few years' time everybody has to be, due to the professional nature of the platform, but we will see. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft, so it's quite a secure platform. I hope it is anyway. I'm happy to share my stuff with them. They're not enough about me, my business anyway. So get your profile verified potentially, and that will help you stand out. So kind of the combination of becoming a top voice, getting a good profile picture, like we've already discussed at the start of this video, getting your header in there, it just really makes you stand out as a top person in the industry. And I think that is really, really important. And again, if you've got if you're applying for jobs and people can see that you are verified and you're active on LinkedIn, it all helps you become a really high quality and high value job seeker, which is what we want. And that is what you want if you're looking for a job. So LinkedIn has got some amazing features for job seekers, as you know. They've got quick apply and they've got loads of job adverts on there as well. What I would recommend is, if you're in your job seeking process, is keep your profile active, comment, post, make sure your work experience is relevant. If you've got nobody really updates their LinkedIn profile as much as they should do, I know, I'm going to hold my hands up, guys. I need to go and update my LinkedIn profile a little bit because some of my work has changed since I last did that. But keep your stuff up to date. If you work on a project, if you've got new skills, add them into your profile, because that is how recruiters and headhunters and employers find you, through the skills and the keywords. So if you have a new project or you've been working on a project recently, go add that into your skills, add that into your experience section, keep it up to date, and that is how you are going to get found on LinkedIn. That is how you will then get headhunted for your next dream role. Keep your profiles up to date. It isn't Facebook. You don't need to update stuff and then ignore it again. You need to keep this stuff up to date, and it is really, really important that you do that. So I highly recommend, I personally, every month, go in, quick look at my profile, quickly see if I need to update my experience. Let's have a quick look at it, shall we? Do a quick audit on myself. So my featured content, yeah, that's as good as it should be. I've got my newsletter in there and testimonials and then something valuable. My comments, right, yeah, my about section majorly needs changing. My services are on there and my experience. So I've got a few things there that I need to update. I've got a recommendation that I got back in February, but I could do some more. So that's going to be my job, get more recommendations and update my about page. So there you go. That's my task. So when you next see me on LinkedIn Live, I'm going to have a lovely new about page. So make sure I've done that. Now, one question I had through is, you offer services to people. How can you do this? So great question. As I mentioned earlier, put it in your header, put it in your tagline. And LinkedIn has got a new page now. Sorry for my terrible camera work. Called services. Now, these are all the services I offer. And you can see here, you've got pricing, services provided, some media in there. It's not brilliant. This is quite a new thing. And reviews. Look at me. 4 out of 9 reviews. People put requests in there. We can look at projects as well. And then we can look at any reviews. So I do need to get some more reviews on there. But it's a great way of building out to everybody the services that you offer on LinkedIn. So if you offer services, add the services page. It's really simple to do. Not many people have got it yet. I've seen this on a handful of profiles. So make sure that you are able to maximize your LinkedIn and your services that you offer by completing this page. It doesn't take long, but it's well worth it. And again, I'm expecting more and more functionality coming through at any point. So I hope that helps. We've got time for one more question. Thank you very much. So a question is, what should I do to get more engagements on LinkedIn? Thank you very much for asking that. So what I would recommend is asking a question. So if you see a post and you think it's valuable, what I would do is say something along the lines of normally something positive, like, great, thanks for sharing, just out of interest, blah, 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 or that's brilliant, how long did it take you to do that? Or, thank you so much for sharing these ideas. Do you have any advice on? Or I'd love to speak to you more about that. Something like that. So the reason why we're asking a question is people are going to see your question. They're going to reply. Okay. Then you can reply to their questions. Does that make sense? So you're then having a conversation. So because if you just put a comment saying, great, like, that's it. So I've literally got my LinkedIn profile up again. Right, here we go. I don't use ChatGPT, but when I do, I always add no waffle to avoid the sea of absolute nonsense it spits out. Highly recommend. So I, for example, against this comment here, would say, that is such a good tip. I think this is brilliant. Do you have any advice for making better quality answers that sound more like you? They might not have any answers, but they might respond to something really valuable, and then you can have a conversation with them, especially if this is a target audience or a target customer of yours. Having that conversation really helps. That's what I do. I have a statement, and then I try and ask a question just to engage, just to increase that engagement and increase that communication. And more people see that. I'm doing a test this week. Every day for the next 7 days, I'm going to be dedicating a whole 10 minutes to commenting on other people's posts, because I want to see how much of a difference it makes. I think commenting is one of the most underrated parts of LinkedIn. Not enough people are doing it. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 10 comments a day, maybe 20, well, over 10 minutes. I reckon I can do about 20 comments. So let's see. So watch this space next week when I do my live, a week Monday, a week tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'll fill you in on the rest. So to recap before I wrap up today's live session, we've gone through profile pictures, we've gone through headers, we've gone through taglines, we've gone through valuable, credible, personal content. We've gone through if you should be paying for LinkedIn. We've gone through what to post and how to comment. We've gone through becoming a LinkedIn top voice. We've become getting verified. Oh my gosh, we've gone through so much. And thank you to everybody who's asked a question. So I'm going to be doing these LinkedIn lives all on YouTube every Monday at 8 p.m. Today's the last one on a Sunday. So a week tomorrow, which is going to be, let me get my diary up. Is that the 1st of April? Oh my God, the 1st of April, 8 p.m. UK time. I'll be here right on YouTube doing FAQs on LinkedIn. I'm going to put the event and schedule that now. So if you have any questions about LinkedIn, how to use it, what to post, how to stand out, then let me know, because I would love to hear from you and I would love to get your questions answered, because I'm sure if you've got them, lots of other people do as well. I'm going to wrap up here from today. It has been lovely speaking to you all. I hope you have got lots of value out of all the stuff that we've gone through today. Subscribe to my channel. I've got loads of amazing content on here that dives deeper into everything. How to become a LinkedIn top voice, what to post, when to post, how to get verified, how to find top quality clients on LinkedIn and engage with leads. There's loads of stuff on my YouTube channel covering this. So go check that out. Drop a subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on any of my future content. And thank you very, very much for watching, everybody on YouTube. It's been lovely to speak to you all today. And I will see you for my next YouTube live covering all things LinkedIn very soon. Thank you for watching.